Welcome to another Tag Live with me, Margaret. Galactic readings and healings. I felt energies come in a few hours ago, very strong, from the great central sun, the central sun, our sun, all those huge coronal holes on the sun. If you've seen them, it's just insane. And so all the winds whipping around the sun pull up all the plasma and protons and electrons and all this stuff out of the coronal holes, which are, I don't know, I'm just seeing it as just raw, exposed energy that gets, whipped up and thrown at the earth, thrown at us. So all of these energies coming in. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for taking time to do this for yourself, to receive guidance and healing. The messages that come through are strong and powerful and unique for you. And sometimes asking us to look at things we don't always want to look at about ourselves or things we need to work on for ourselves. So the fact that all of you are here in so many of these tag lives, open to hearing sometimes difficult messages about things you have to work on or things that you may have fallen short on, sometimes painful, also beautiful, uplifting and inspiring messages. But it's the uplifting and inspiring, sometimes it's a tough love message, like you need to pay attention to this right now. So I thank all of you for being here and opening yourselves up to becoming better and better in and of yourselves, being open to that, being open to clearing what needs to go so that more light can come in and raise your frequency and vibration, and you ascend higher and you help others ascend all around you. So you're not only doing this for yourselves, but you're doing it for literally everyone on the planet. Okay. And I want to thank Rachel, your fearless leader. You have created such an amazing community, such an amazing space, safe and supportive and loving space for all of us. Many of us have mentioned so many times that this is the most loving and supportive community that they belong to. And that's saying a lot, because when we do this type of work, we're triggered like all the time, and it's hard to be in observer mode like 100% of the time. A lot of time we're triggered, So to be doing this work and to be supporting each other in such a loving way, like all the time, is phenomenal and miraculous. They're saying just miraculous what we do here. And Rachel creating this space for us, this community, these readings, these healings, the master classes, all the teaching that she does, her Reiki classes, her transmedium channeling classes, her TV show, she's the Energizer Bunny. Like, we all look up to her like, man, if I could only do a tenth of what you do, I would be doing really well. So Rachel, we love you for all the energy and chutzpah and verve you have, and just that get up and go energy you have that inspires all of us every single day. I am inspired every day by what you do, Rachel. So thank you, Rachel. Okay, so I want you all to know that I'm working with Ascension Oracle today, and this deck is a little new to me, and usually I like to work with it by Nari Anastasia. Usually I like to work with a deck on my own for quite a while before I bring it to people, but I was really drawn to this deck today, and I did go through it. When I open a deck, I always go through all the cards. I usually read the whole intro to the book, which I haven't done yet, but I went through all the cards, and they are so beautiful. If you don't have this deck, I think you'll like it. And this is the same author as the Cosmic Cards, which Rachel has, I have, and we both use and love. And I use these a lot in my in-person readings I do once a week at the Cat Cafe in my downtown. And they're very powerful. So I was really drawn to these cards today. I didn't get a chance to shuffle them, so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle them while you talk to me. And I also wanted you to know that Rachel introduced me to my Eagle Spirit Guide, Hanway, about a week and a half ago now. And I did yesterday's 5D live with Transmedium channeling session with him, which was a really wonderful message. If you want to go to the Rachel's 5D Facebook group and watch that replay, it was really good. And he's going to come in again today. Usually when this beautiful beautiful eagle spirit guide has been with me for many months now in many of my readings, but I thought it was like the person's spirit guide that I was reading for coming in. I didn't know it was mine. So for helping me out with that, bringing in these energies to help us ascend. They're coming off the massive coronal hole that is on the sun right now, but it all starts from what they're saying, you know, the great central sun, our sun. So they're showing me that they start out there, and by the time they hit our sun, it's like a snowball effect. Like it starts as a small snowball, gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then by the time it hits Earth, so we've got a lot of energies coming in, and many of us and a lot of people I've been talking with have been experiencing many tech glitches today. People can't pay their bills, they're locked out of their accounts. So just hang in there. It's going to get better. It's just the energies are very high right now. You may be feeling it in your body. When they came in, my head just felt like big, and I could feel all the energy swirling around in my head. And then the toning, the frequency in my head and ears got super loud. It's calmed down now, but it was super duper loud. So coming to mind is Rachel's masterclass with the air, the attunement, where she worked with the air, and it was so beautiful. Margaret saw air in a completely different way, and she got it. So think of the elements, how they flow with change. The air, water, fire. If the air didn't move, if the water didn't move, we would not survive on this earth. Everything has to flow and move. So be inspired by the elements of air and water flowing. When they see change, when flow around very beautifully. Air, how does air come through? If there's an obstacle, it just goes up and around, over, even through sometimes water. So we're not saying you should go through big changes and challenges, but be inspired by the air and the water and how you can flow through change, because the more you resist, the more it persists. Okay, so you want to resist less the change and embrace more the change, even if it's just little subtle increments at a time. You see a big change coming, or a change is upon you. Take some deep breaths. Try not to get overwhelmed by it, and take it as best you can in little bites. Okay, so this change happened to me. Could be, a job change, could be a loss of a job, a loss of a loved one. And it hits hard. It hits really hard. And you are caught up in all your emotions. So ask for help, of course, from all of your teams, and ask them to help you break it down and just take a little bit day by day. If you can just work with it in smaller increments instead of thinking this is so huge, I don't know how I can deal with this at all. Ask for help in taking it in smaller increments, little bits at a time, dealing with it. If you have to deal with it second by second, then that's what you do, minute by minute. If you need to take a break, take a break. If people are asking you to do this or do that based on the change that has happened to you, tell them you need a break, okay? You are in control of everything in your life, okay? You have the right to tell people, I need a break, or, okay, I'm going to do this tomorrow. Not today. I can't handle it today. Tomorrow. That has to be okay. All right. So you be in control. That will make you feel so much more empowered while you are going through whatever big change you're going through. That is our message to you all today. Okay. So I don't even know if I showed you the cards. Sorry, change. Okay. So next up is Ascending Soul. This beautiful card. And she's not resisting, right? She's going with the flow. She's taking her foot off the brake. I don't see a brake anywhere. Going with the flow of all of these energies. Some of the energies are dark in the background and maybe a little unknown and a little scary. But look at all the light that is going through all of those darker energies. There's always light where the dark is. The light shines on the dark, and then the dark becomes transmuted to light. And here's some very warm energies down here.